I was on mute. Is anybody in here? I see people, but okay, Lisa, I sent you the. I'll go send it to Angela too. I don't even know how to do this. I don't know what's going on. Hey, Tia. Hey, Grandma Sherry. I guess I could have. I don't even know what goes on. Hey, um, gonna send it to. I'll just do. No idea. I'm gonna play the song. Hey, everybody that's watching this on replay. Um, so I ended the last stream and screwed it up. So here you go.
Just like the sunrise needs the sky, just like the blackbird needs to fly, I gotta have you by my side, 'cause you make me feel alright. I know some people play it cool, but baby I ain't that kind of fool. When I'm with you, girl, there ain't no rules, 'cause you make me feel alright. I thank my lucky stars that life turned out this way. No matter where we are, I know this love is here to stay. Well, I've seen good times and I've seen bad. There've been some happy, there've been some sad.
Okay, I still don't see Lisa. Thank y'all for coming back. Let me text her. I had to end it because I did something dumb that all the quick people probably got anyway. Okay. And I don't know. Anyway, what do I do? Hey, pretty sweetie. What do I do when I guess people would just see it or what? It showed up for y'all. So, anyway, so now I'm going to eat a half a piece of chocolate. Hey, have her next door. Oh my God, I'm so mad at my, that was such a good stream. Damn it. Ugh. So, yeah, because we talked about, damn it. We had a really good stream. Hey, Shady. We were talking about, there she is. We were talking
back,
about
and Angela's coming back as well. We were just shooting the shit in the last live till you got up and going again.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I'll have to find out if I ever do that again because I deleted it, and I think I should have just privated it.
Oh, did something? You can tell me later, but something happened. I take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was something I said.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
And I figure if I deleted it, then
glad it wasn't something I said.
No.
Okay.
No, in fact, I'll text it to you.
Hi, KB.
I don't think it matters because the people that would even do anything
did you put a link down for Angelo or
let me do that right
because
now.
Because you emailed it.
I was trying to find him.
We were back there talking until I saw that.
Was he back?
Hi, pretty sweet pea. Huh?
He's not here yet.
Isn't he under Light City of Dreams?
Oh, there he is. Okay, there you
Hi,
go.
everybody. The heifer next door. Oh my God, I love that name.
And you know who come? Oh God, I have it for you. I was going to play it. Molly on Save Robbie's live the other night. She is such a bitch. Oh my God.
Oh well, I think she's in good company with him.
Well, I wish I could get in touch with Mallory because that's who.
I'm sure she's
She
got.
will lose her. She's such a bitch. I don't care whether you like her or not. It is just
Who, Mallory?
wrong. Yeah, I mean to just get past it. But oh yeah, she made up a bunch of shit to go with it.
Even like the person I have zero use for on here, I would still never say like just
Lie about them.
just horrible, heinous, foul, gross. Ugh.
And why does she think people are afraid of Walter?
No idea.
Like
No
I'm not afraid of anybody.
I know.
I am.
No.
Well, I'm certainly not afraid of Walter.
I've survived too much shit in my life to be afraid of anything or anyone.
There you go. So we're back. Okay. So now tell us about what you did the other day.
Okay, I got to give you the background for it to make
Okay.
sense. I don't want anybody to feel bad. Don't feel bad for me. I'm a survivor. I'm a warrior. But I was an orphan. I grew up from 2 years old to about 10 years old in an orphanage in Rhode Island, run by the Catholic Diocese. Heels has heard this before, I think, but I don't think you have.
No, I haven't. I was just in Rhode Island not too long ago. I love it.
So in Rhode Island, it's a beautiful state.
It is.
In Rhode Island, St. Aloysius was the name of the home, and it was run by the Catholic Diocese, Father McIntyre, and then several guest priests would come in periodically during their vacation periods and all this stuff. And over the period that I was there, that's my air fryer.
Oh,
Well, your hearing's good. Now, can you smell
I
what's
can't
cooking?
see shit, but I can hear like a dog.
My God. Thanks, Angela.
So,
That minute.
Heels, you know I love you. Come on.
Okay.
The orphanage basically, since the 40s up until 1996 when it was finally shut down, was sexually abusing and raping children, and it was an all boys home.
Oh, I was just getting ready to ask you if it was.
Yeah, it was an all boys home. So in Rhode Island at the time, there was a 7-year statute of limitations for sex crimes against children.
Jesus.
And then in 2009, it went to 35 years. But by then, most of the kids that were in there in the 70s we were already past that age group as well. So we were never able to seek any justice. And at the same time, the law protected something called entities. So you could only go after individual people unless it was an entity. If it was an entity, you weren't allowed to go after them. So churches, the Boy Scouts, schools.
Well, kind of like now, you can't
Yeah.
sue the federal government.
Right. So Carol McEntee and several of her lawmakers for the Congress of Rhode Island wrote a law in it started back in 2016. This is how long it's been in debate. 2016. We're 2024. And every year they would come up for a debate to send it down to the Senate for a vote to make it into a law. Well, the Catholic Diocese, which is one of the biggest proponents against this law,
Of course.
puts
They don't want to dig into
millions.
their pocket.
Yeah, they put millions and millions of dollars into campaigns to get people elected to vote it down. So the law, what it does is It comes into line with a lot of other states. It removes the statute of limitations entirely for sex crimes committed against children. So even if we're 90 years old, we can take it also adds the ability to go after the entities.
And did you write this legislation?
No, she took our testimonies over the years, and her sister, who's also a survivor. Her sister was in the girl version of St. Aloysius called St. Mary's.
Okay.
So she took all of our stories, because not all of us were in an orphanage, not all of us were in the YMCA, not all of us were in the Boy Scouts. So she took all of that information and she figured out that we have to be able to go after the entities, not just the individuals.
Yeah, because most of them be dead or so old.
Correct. Yeah, like Father McIntyre died during COVID. What brought her attention to me, because I didn't know about her and I didn't know about this law until the law firm that contacted me a couple of years back, thanks to my wife, who is, the backbone of me. She is my backbone. I know some people get upset when you say, I love my wife. She is everything for me. She has tolerated me. She didn't know for the first 15 years of my marriage that I was an orphan and that I was raised in a orphanage where all this stuff happened. She never knew about it.
Oh, wow.
But she always made comments about me I'm different than most men. I'm different than most, because to her, the way, like, I hate saying this because people use this as weapons, but it's got to be said. To me, sex is disgusting. I don't like it, but it's a necessity in a relationship as another way of expressing love. But that's not how I saw it, because that's not what was done for me. I saw it as oppression, prison, punishment. I did something wrong, and it really caused me to question my relationship with God. And she's a very strong, devout Christian, so it impacted our marriage in relation to the emotional aspect of it, the bond, because for me, emotions are weapons to be used by people to hurt you. So I spent years, as most people do in care, regulating my emotions to a point where you couldn't tell if I was pissed or happy, because it was just a monotone. It's kind of how I talk. It feels, I've been on other panels. Even when I'm mad, I'm very calm.
Yes, you are very calm.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's a very collected, logical, analytical point that I try to get across.
Even tone, tempered, yeah.
Right. So in the 70s, I spent 8 years, almost a decade, of being abused and raped and molested, telling people that it was being done, and even ran away at one point, got picked up by the police and brought back to the place, to the very priest that was doing these things. So a couple of years ago, I gave my testimony to the law firm, and the law firm basically said that my memory was one of the most articulated and most informative testimonies they've heard from any of their clients. And they asked me to give it to the police as a statement. So he put me on the phone, the lawyer put me on the phone with the state police, and I basically filed a report with the police. And that got them a warrant to search Father McIntyre's house. In Father McIntyre's house, he knew they were coming. I don't even know how. So he lit his house on fire and fled to Florida.
Oh, of course. God, Florida. Well, God love Florida.
But they were able to put the fire out, and they recovered in a hidden compartment within the home a cache of old movies that he had been making, and in those videos is me along with a bunch of other 8 and 9 year olds, basically having things done to us by him and by his staff, by his son.
Trigger warning to my
and you can't fix those people.
No,
you cannot.
Catherine.
So
They're irredeemable to
Is
me.
there a number that you know of for people to call that are having problems in that particular
there's an organization called SNAP, which
snap?
is this Survivor
I am
Network.
I am listening. I just have to put this on. I'm going to mute myself for 1 minute because I've got to go do something in the other room, but I am listening.
It's let me see what Survivor Network.
I'm talking IKEA. I appreciate that. I'm talking about just for that particular.
Survivors Network of those abused by police. SNAP.
Okay. And is there
So
a number?
There's a link. I'll put the link in your
Oh, okay.
your chat here.
I'm not sure it'll go.
It should because I'm a mod.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
anyways, so that was, and then that's when I got connected with Carol, and she had been working on this law for a decade and then some. So she invited me down for the hearing yesterday. So we drove down. The hearing started at 5 and it ran until about 8:30, 9 o'clock. And me and a bunch of other survivors basically gave our testimony, and we came from different places of abuse. But the stories were all pretty much the same. We were all in places of people that were supposed to be trustworthy and protective.
Unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable that it can go on that long and they can groom and convince children not to tell.
Yeah. And what they do is rather than face it, they just move the people to different places.
I know. What was the name of that? Spotlight? Was that the name of the movie? The movie that was about the journalist that busted a lot of that.
I think it was called Spotlight.
Yeah, I think it was Spotlight. How they just kept moving them around. They didn't do punishment at all.
So I had written like this 3-page thing to read, but I ended up giving it to Carol for her to read at the Senate instead. And I just kind of spoke off the cuff because a lot of the arguments from the priests, lawyers that are defending the church is they want to know what the end game is for us. Like they think it's cruel to put a 99-year-old person in prison. And I don't think it's cruel because I lived in a prison for almost a decade.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's cruel.
We could put your grandson in prison for 50 years. Are you?
What bothers me the most is that the grounds itself have never been searched. So we survivors of St. Aloysius remember some kids vanishing and never coming back. And when I ran away, Father McIntyre's son took me to this old abandoned well on the property because the property is pretty big. It's like 50 acres. And in the wood line was this old well that had, it's been there since like probably the 1700s. And they took us to the well because there was more than me that ran away. There was like a small group of us, like 5 or 6 people. Mm-hmm. And they took us to the well and they said, if we ever uttered a word about anything going on at the orphanage again, that we could easily disappear by them throwing us in the well. This is a grown adult telling an 8-year-old that they're going to throw you in a well if you tell people what's going on. So we remained silent.
But the kids that were missing, did they have anyone looking for them?
No, the home would just tell the police, they're a runaway.
Because they didn't have parents that would look for them.
Right. Yeah, it's an orphanage. We don't have any family.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Dozier School for Boys?
Yes.
That's not too terribly far from. It's within a few hours of.
How did he have a son? So priests are allowed to adopt.
Oh, I thought she was talking about what I said. Okay.
Priests are allowed to adopt.
Yeah,
so he adopted one of the kids that was originally in the orphanage.
I didn't.
How weird is that? You won't allow them to marry, but they can. Okay.
The irony behind the whole marriage thing with the Catholics, it's not really religious based. It's the fact that when the Catholic religion was founded in its infancy stage, they didn't have a lot of money to support families. So it was a doctrine for them. In order for you to be a priest, you had to agree not to have a wife.
I remember my husband telling me something like that because we're both Catholic. I'm not a good Catholic, but I do remember hearing that.
More than likely, the adopted son was also abused, who also became an abuser. And it's important to understand that not every victim becomes a victimizer, but some do.
Yeah.
Some do. But it's weird because women don't normally, or that's not the reason. But I wonder why that is, though. Like,
one of the biggest things, the reason why I talk about it on my channel and why I advocate so much against crimes of sexual nature against people, not just children, but people in general. And the reason why people sometimes see me, and I was talking with, I'm sorry, what was your name? Lisa. One of the things I was telling Lisa was that I'm seen differently on this platform because here I am, a man that mostly appears to target women, and it's not the case. The case is the platform is predominantly females.
Yeah.
But I don't look at sex crimes as sex crimes against just children. Right. I look at sex crimes overall. If you're a predator, you're a predator. If you're a pedophile, you're a pedophile. The age for me doesn't matter.
I don't think I disagree. I think it's worse when you have a helpless child. I'm not saying females are.
No, I mean in relation to how I target people. To me, it's not an age thing.
You don't. Yeah.
It's about powerless people without voice that are intimidated by crimes of sexual nature being committed against them. And that's where I come in, and I'm like a gung-ho. I come across as an asshole. I get it. It's for the right reasons.
I was gonna say, who cares? That's
I don't. But
and
part of the reason why,
while women may not go on to then become an offender like males often will, but a lot of times though they will become very promiscuous because of nobody gets out unscathed.
Yeah, and they do. I'm not saying they don't. They do. I'm just saying it's much more.
Yeah,
for some reason.
But nobody.
Angelo, do you remember Milo from the Milo Yiannopoulos? Do you know who that is?
For some reason, it sounds familiar, but I'm not positive.
Blonde hair. He was a provocateur during the beginning of Trump, and he's kind of like I think he jumped on the Trump train because it was easier to become,
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, but what got him canceled, which is so perplexing to me, is because he was on a stream called Drunk Guys or Two Drunk Guys or something like that. It was late at night, and he was talking about when he was a teenager, how an older man groomed him and had sex with him. And he said, here's what got him canceled. He said, when you're gay and you're that age, the only people that will not make you feel like you're bad or whatever are the older men that are gay. Now, I know gay has nothing to do with what you're talking about, but he was a victim.
Right.
He was talking about he was a victim from this older man, and that got him canceled because they turned that into he's a pedophile. Never said anything about him wanting anything to do with younger men. He was saying that the gay community, the younger men know this. Like, apparently a lot of them go through it, and they're taken advantage of by older men because they don't judge them or something. And that was a long time ago, but that's what got him kicked off, and they turned it completely around. And he's like, okay, that's a victim story. That's not, So.
Yeah, there's a so in my course of fighting these people, let me make a distinction because I know some people are talking about it. I don't believe Catholic followers are bad. I believe the Catholic leadership is bad. It's the leadership that has allowed the problem to get to be where it is today. It's the leadership that hides the problem, and it's the leadership that doesn't try to solve the problem. It's not the followers. It's not the people that go to church every Sunday or Wednesday or whatever days. It's not them. And so I don't have a problem. In the beginning of my journey, I had a problem. I hated Catholics in general. And over time, as you evolve as a human, you learn sometimes your emotions are biased. And it's a very difficult path to walk, because you have to logically analyze the problem and realize that sometimes when you hate everybody for the same thing, you're grouping people that don't belong into a single anger emotion, and it's not the right path, and it doesn't solve anything. So
did you have to be Catholic to go to be in that orphanage, or would they take any children that needed
the orphanage was paid by the state to take in kids regardless of the religion. Now you were converted to Catholic. You absolutely
you had to participate. Okay.
Yeah, you absolutely went to church every Sunday. You absolutely went to communion. You absolutely had to study the Bible, and you had to altar and all that. You had to do all of this stuff.
Yeah, because like even my son, who went to Catholic school for a period of time, and he's been baptized, but that's it. We never went any further with it. But he always had to, participate.
How prevalent do you think it is in the Catholic Church?
Very.
I think it's as prevalent as it is in Church of Scientology, maybe even more.
I don't know how prevalent it is in the Church of Scientology.
Scientology is a whole.
But it's not just the church. This doesn't. This happens with the Boy Scouts. This happens with the Girl Scouts. This happens with the YMCA. I'm just talking
about the Catholic Church, because it just seems like if it were like, why are they even allowed? I mean, I know you can't shut down the Catholic Church, but you could sure keep a better eye on them or listen to the kids,
Well, this is not to kill it. Wait till you hear the end. So after that's the reason why the reason why my testimony is on my channel is because I had people threatening me from YouTube to contact these people who were presenting the bill and tell them that I, Angelo, am a pedophile and a child porn spreader. That I absolutely have nothing to do with the law, because I fight people. I fight people online. I'm not afraid to put myself out there.
Who said that to you?
I'd rather not bring that shit to your channel.
Horrific thing.
Okay, so there's somebody here.
God.
It's somebody from the drama community, yes.
Oh my God. Just
that is their.
I can't even conceive of such a. Oh my God.
So this person did contact me and did say that that's what was happening to them, and that's why they invited me out, because I was just originally going to just submit a written testimony and just be done with it. But she wanted me on camera in front of people, and she wanted to thank me when I was done. So that's what I did. And my friends on YouTube were able to watch it live as it was happening, and they clipped out my part, and that's why it's on my channel. But when I was done, before we came back to Pennsylvania, we drove by St. Aloysius because we were told it was closed. It's no longer an orphanage. Well, it's not. It's not an orphanage. Now it's an all-girls boarding school run by the very same diocese that ran St. Aloysius. So I'm re-pissed off, re-angry. And I contacted the rep, and she's aware of what it is, what's going on, and they're being watched closely is all I know.
If you call someone that on this platform, you should be banned, period.
That's my philosophy. I think the word used to carry weight on this platform, but it's thrown around so much.
I was going to say,
when you don't like somebody and you can't beat them, and you can't beat them in a debate, just call them the P word and you be done with it.
Well, I mean, if it's in the middle of it, but when you're spreading it, like, wasn't Baum doing that with you? Like, as if it
Thank
were.
you, Rowena. What's that? Say that. I'm sorry, Heels.
No, I'm saying if you're in a fight and someone, oh, you pedo, and it just, you're fighting, that's one thing. It's still
Yeah, it's
not
one
right.
thing.
But I'm saying
What
when you're
right?
spreading it,
What happened to me was my business was contacted. My
yeah,
partner
that's
was
completely different.
my partner was contacted.
Oh my God.
I had phone calls threatening to burn my business down.
Holy shit.
All because I fought somebody that I under the law, I identify them based on their behaviors as a predator. I don't think they're a pedophile, but I do believe that they're a predator. And this person did not like that. So this person decided to spend a couple of years calling me some pretty foul stuff. So eventually I was like, you know what? I have enough evidence now. I'm just, and it's stupid. Nobody should do this, but I'm doing it. But nobody should do this. I'm taking this person to court for slander and libel.
Well, that's, I mean, my God, that's why we have laws like that. I mean,
right. So that's where I left it at. And, I've got my evidence. I've got my lawyer. It's dumb that I have to do it. That's the big, and it's not about money because I'm never going to see a red cent.
Yeah, no.
The person doesn't have a pot to piss in.
And hopefully it'll show some other people who might think about doing the same thing. I mean,
the idea is to create a blueprint for other victims of this person to follow. But the biggest thing to do is you can't participate in back and forth. And that was my first mistake coming to this platform, as I was back and forth with these people. I was back and forth, and it got nowhere. It really does not get you anywhere.
Because you're not dealing with somebody who's on the same mental, intellectual plane, so it's
exactly.
It's futile. I mean,
JLR was spreading crap about me like
I remember
a year before that
and
happened.
I remember people going after your channel too. And like we had our conversation
a year later because I didn't interact with him about it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't say, oh my God, JLR is saying this shit about me. And I just ignored him for a year. Maybe I should have said something, but I agree with you. You're just spreading it,
I mean, am I nuts? Am I the only person who it just absolutely, no matter what I think of someone on here, how much I may dislike someone, it never, ever has crossed my mind to try and get in their real life. Like it just, no, I want to do the opposite and stay as far away as possible.
The other problem with subs is like when that happened to me, I can't speak for Angelo, but when it happened with me, I mean, immediately everybody was filing on all the subs, you did not have time. First of all, you don't know me. Second of all, no one had time to even check it out. You know what I mean? They were going by, like, you need to stop jumping on bandwagons when somebody says, oh, so-and-so's a pedophile or a racist or a homophobe or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. They immediately, hundreds of subs going, yeah, she's this, she's that. They spread it.
I don't want to know anything about anyone's real life.
If you can't be intimidated, then the next thing is going to be to slander you into submission. And for me, like I said, I hold a top secret SCI clearance. I still work for the federal government. I know who I am. I know what I am. So like those things don't hurt
badass. Clearly,
they don't hurt my they don't hurt my government job. But when you're threatening to burn down my place of business, when you're speaking to my partner, calling me a bunch of stuff.
I remember you talking one time, I think, about, oh God, I can't remember, but you basically were saying, look, I'll just get in. Did you have an RV or do you have an RV?
I live in an RV now, yes.
Okay, I remember you were saying, I can't remember the particulars, but
I said you can't dox me anymore because I could just get an RV and go to the next campsite.
Yes, and you told people they could use your address.
Yes.
People were okay. It's coming back to me.
Yeah.
This is
like
the weirdest
there was
place
like
to
that's
live.
kind of how Heels and I met, not the whole doxing thing, but like people were I understand people don't like some of the things she said, and even the Heels can tell you I had conversations with her like it's very insensitive what you wrote.
Some of the things, no, that it's not some of the things I said. It's what people on here said.
Perceived it as yeah.
Yeah, out of 600 pages,
So
we
people
said,
were targeting her and
yeah,
targeting her
wasn't
channel and targeting her life, and I didn't like that.
Oh, I trust me. This is a very like touchy subject for me
yeah,
because I'm
Yeah.
not particularly proud of the way I handled
yeah.
that
Creators were
situation.
being
But
uh,
clearly, we've
They were
pressured.
trying to cancel her, and there's a degree of I serve the Constitution of the United States. I understand free speech, and I think people have a right to have it, even if it's insensitive. People have a right to say it. Slander is not free speech. That's the difference.
yeah, you're not free from consequences. I mean,
Right.
say what you want, but
You can't run into a movie theater, scream fire, and expect to not have some sort of consequence for that. Just like you can't go into the hood yelling the N-word and expect not to get shit kicked out of you. That's so that's the way it is, you know. So like trust me, I've had my share of fights where I've crossed lines. Like somebody sexualized my daughter and I went full Monty, took the gloves off, and I was like, all right, you're about to see the Italian side of me, so here we go. And absolutely got me nowhere. It just made the person worse.
I can understand.
So I had to learn from that experience.
Going
there.
Yeah, the whole thing with kids.
Yeah, that's
like I don't know how Nicolina even feels safe anywhere around here because she has said some of the most disgusting things, accusing people of her daughter, and she sets it up. You know what I mean? Like she had somebody call. She said it was her phone number, but it was her daughter's. I believe this is how I remember it. And when they called, then she accused them of calling her.
And I'll tell you what, her daughter is strikingly beautiful. I saw her a couple years ago when she was a pretty young girl. She just
is she an adult now?
She came on camera once when this was like when I was pretty brand new on YouTube.
Right, but if she's not an adult now, we don't need to talk about her.
Yeah, no.
Right.
No, but
the biggest thing with me with those individuals, because there's the drama community, then there's within the drama community, there's cliques, there's the crime community, within the crime community, there's cliques. Not everybody gets along. I'm not a big fan of her. There's times I'll step into her chat to correct information on things that I've taken part in. But I'm not willing to team up with somebody who's equally dangerous to go after somebody who's dangerous. It's not, I don't want to do that. Like I don't like any of those people. I don't like Ernie.
Yeah,
I don't like any of those people.
I don't have any issues with Nicolina. I never have, but I also we don't travel in the same circles. And
when I started in YouTube, I was still in the military when I started on YouTube.
Wow.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I was still active duty. So I started Viper Group in 2010 because I had been working in the intelligence community for, I don't know, a couple years. And I wanted something to do after my military career in the civilian side using the skills that I learned from cyber. So I started Viper Group, and the role of Viper Group was to target pedophiles and predators, to inform the community and make their life on the social media platform as difficult as possible within the limits of the law. In other words, I'm not going to make an accusation about somebody that I cannot prove 100% is true. And that proof is either they said themselves what they did, or there is documentation of what they did.
I remember a few years ago watching, to save my life, I couldn't tell you the name of the channel, but I remember, I think it was two dudes, and they basically did their own version of, Chris Hansen, To Catch a Predator. And they would communicate with these people, and then they'd meet them somewhere out in public, and, the camera would be on, and Well,
That could be
right
that could
now.
be either CC Unit, which is pretty popular, Gordon Flowers, which is another popular one, or
None of those.
Colorado Ped Patrol, which is an older gentleman with a beard.
Okay, I think these were like two younger guys, and I swear,
The two younger ones were CC Unit. They're the ones that caught EDP. Remember him? EDP 445.
no, I don't think I've ever even heard that name. I've only been.
He was pretty big. He had like 6 to 8 million subs.
Oh yeah, wow.
Pretty popular.
Angelo, that reminds me. I want to ask you if you know these guys. Go ahead and talk, and I'm going to find it.
Okay. So that Viper Group was founded in 2010, and I think we have maybe 300 or 400 people now, and they're not all in the drama community. There's some that are in their own communities that you've probably never even heard of, and they all have some sort of a computer background of some sort, whether it's in tracking or creating what we call worms, because a lot of people like to put stuff in like Discords or private messengers.
Oh, I don't do any.
I
don't do any Discord.
I advocate staying out of those things.
I will never, ever. To me, I'm already terrified enough at the things I see people saying out in the open for the whole world to see. I will never step foot in a Discord because just the thought of it terrifies me. And I know a lot of people, Rowena being one, because we've kind of talked about this before. She's said,
Gordon Flowers is the guy with the big beard.
Friends, and that it's, for her, it's been a positive experience. I think she's in the minority as far as Discord working out well.
Yeah, Discord in of itself, and if you look at a lot of the drama over the last 6 months, it's from Discord.
Yeah, well, and the name says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Facebook brings a lot of drama to that.
Yeah,
but if you ever want to infiltrate somebody's shady shit, it's like Discord, because that's where it's happening.
Oh, yeah.
I don't go to Discord.
It gets planned in Discord. It gets talked about in Discord, in the voice chat, and whatever chats, or they use.
Because I've never been there. Tell me I always hear this voice chat. So is it basically like you just go in there and you leave a voicemail for?
Think of it like Google Hangouts, but within a.
No, I've never done that either. So no.
Think of it like no. Think of it like StreamYard. You're in a chat room, but within the chat room is another room that you can click into, either password protected or not protected.
So I can choose who I want to leave a voice chat for? Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. So it's like a house, and then there's rooms within the house.
Correct.
Okay.
That's how Viper Group caught one of its pedophiles. So
what did you do when you caught him? So then what happens?
Well, that's the downside to being a predator hunter is we're not the victim, so we can't press charges. What we can do is notify people that this person is a danger and that you should be careful about what you send. So like one of the people that we hunt down, which Heels you might remember, is the one from Kentucky. I won't say his name. But also as Quincy would have it, also known as a turtle. And he had made a video years ago where he said when he was 16, 17, this is me, I'm a victim listening to a guy who's now in his 40s get on YouTube and say, when I was 16, 17, and 18, I lived with my aunt and I would babysit my two cousins. They were 9 and 10.
Oh, I know.
And we would do sexual things behind our parents' back because we were abused and neglected kids. Yeah. But I'm not a pedophile. I'm like, no, you are a pedophile because you were in a position of authority and you took advantage of people that you're supposed to be protecting. That is the definition.
Can you say that one more time? What happened?
Part?
What?
Oh, he had gotten on a live on his channel.
Uh-huh.
At this time, he had about 20,000 subs.
Right.
So that was the big risk for me. So I'm like listening to this live stream, And he goes, when I was 16, 17, and 18, I lived with my aunt, and I would babysit my two nieces or cousins. They were 9 and 10. And we would do sexual things behind our parents' back because we were abused. Yeah. So I said, no, that makes you a pedophile. I said, for a number of reasons. And over the course of the years, he deleted that stream as soon as he did it, but we had recorded it. So we had it. And for the first couple of years, he claimed that the video was edited. Like, we're talking AI edited, which didn't exist
Right.
7 or 8 years ago in the civilian world. So over the years, he's changed stories from it was edited to he's a sleep humper. That's a nice one. A sleep humper.
That's a new one I've never heard.
His sister caught him doing it, and he told the story to people that he used to rap with. And one day he pissed off these people that he rapped with. Yeah, he's a rapper. So they threatened to out his story, which is why he came clean on his video. So we sent somebody from Viper Group, sent him a laptop with a worm. And he opened it up, connected it to his internet.
What's a worm?
A worm is a program that gathers information that you type into the system, and it emails you the data.
Gotcha.
So he logged in. As soon as he logged in, the worm activated, and we got all of his access to his YouTube.
Oh, wow. Oh,
so
I'm sure that was terrifying.
So we took all of his videos and then deleted his channel.
Are you talking about Dolly?
No.
Oh my God! This whole time I'm thinking you're talking about Dolly.
Different.
Oh, you heard turtle, and that was
worms are still used today, like a bot. It's like a bot. It's a program that's pre-designed to do. No, I was saying the side chat.
Oh, okay.
So this is a turtle from Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't want to say his name of his channel because I don't want to put you in a position that you don't need to be in.
No.
But anyways, so we did that, and
but is that legal? What you did?
So yes, that's the thing about the law. So there's something called brute force hacking. That's illegal. Brute force hacking is illegal, unless you're employed by an agency that is empowered to do that for specific reasons. However, most hacking is done because of user error. So, for example, if I was to send Lisa a laptop, and Lisa, being the smart person that I think she is, I think she would scan that laptop. Even if you did, let's say you opened it, you would scan it first before you would put anything in it.
I would burn it in my fire pit. Return to sender.
Why did you send it to him? I mean, was it like something he needed, or
he needed a laptop to be a rapper to
there you go.
To create his own beats. Bear in mind, we did this because we already had the video where he admitted to his crime, and he lives in a state, unlike Rhode Island, that has no statute of limitations for crimes against children. So we have been on his case for the last 7 years because we're hoping that his victims will come forward and press charges, because that's why we maintain the evidence that we have. That's why we downloaded all his videos. And it wasn't, here's the thing, it's not just that one video he's made, as some people in the chat know who we're talking about. He's made 294 videos.
Is he still on the platform?
He is, but he's only got like 11 to maybe 2,100 subs now.
Oh my God.
And maybe two people. I'll type it in the back chat here privately.
Oh, okay. I'm sure I've never heard of the person, but I'm still curious.
There you go.
Never heard of him.
So now more and more victims of his are coming forward. Some of the kids that he used to play with, as far as music, I mean, are coming
Yeah.
forward, and they've left him. A lot of his supporters have left him. Big supporters, people that were sending him money every day. So now, what used to be 100 to 200 people in his chat every day when he would go live is down to 1 or 2, and that is our goal.
I was going
Our
to say,
goal-
something tells me that probably hurts them more than anything, because these
Right.
people get, delusional about their own importance, and they need this shit like oxygen.
Don't you? Why not? Okay, so if I said his name, is there a
It won't
reason?
do. It won't do nothing to you. I just didn't know if you wanted to be.
Oh, I don't care.
Drawing
he-
his attention.
He
I don't
is.
think my people are gonna go there.
He's very stupid. So he can't do shit to you. He's
Okay,
very
well,
stupid.
then his name is Love. Is it C? Love Paranormal High Street.
Yeah, he's got a different name
It's
for.
got quite a ring to it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
God.
I gotta leave in about 10 minutes to go pick up my dog. But so that's why Viper Group exists, because the internet is the next great hunting ground for these people.
Portal to hell.
The next, they've been doing it. Oh my God.
Yeah,
It's,
I'm saying the platforms have made it so much easier for these people to hide, which is why Viper Group does what we do. So you asked, is it illegal? No, because his account was compromised because of his own negligence. It's called fishing, which is not illegal, believe it or not.
Fish.
yeah,
Fish.
nobody needs to go to his channel.
I have to ask my husband. He'll know what that
They
is.
won't. I mean,
It's basically where somebody sends you something and you click on it and you compromise your computer.
I'm going to tell
Okay.
you. Right.
What you do with that information is determined what would be or not be illegal.
Well, and you sent him the laptop.
I personally did not send him the laptop.
No, but I'm saying whoever did, you can't be responsible.
Perpetual knows who that is.
Here's his irresponsibility. But
We,
I agree with people on this.
somebody from Viper sent the laptop, and
Yeah.
that's what makes the Viper Group amazing, is that I'm not responsible for what other Viper members do. We each have a different way of how we.
There you go.
Yeah, we each have a different way.
Plausible deniability.
Plausible deniability and digital footprint is a big thing, Lisa. So you have to prove beyond a doubt through digital footprint that I personally had something to do with it, which I didn't.
And it's great when their own stupidity gets them caught, because, I mean, let's get real. How many people, I mean, I'm sorry, nobody's sending me laptops, shoes. It's like, dude, did you not maybe think, I wonder why? Oh, that's right, his fabulous burgeoning rap career.
Now, don't get me wrong. I have legitimately sent people computers, but I've sent them through Amazon. People that, deserving people that needed something.
In pursuit of an education or something like that, but not some dipshit. Is he like Cyrax? That's what
he
I'm
is. He's
Cyrax.
not as disabled, but he is equally as
disgusting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And the reason why I say that is because, again, it's not just that one confession video. He's made numerous videos antagonizing the Viper Group, trying to. He claimed that my sex abuse made me gay. He thinks that I should have successfully committed my own suicide because he doesn't have anything on us. Because what we do is within the limits of the law. We walk that line. But our job is to trigger him, to get him to admit to things. That's what we do.
Let's see if you know these people real quick.
Are you doing in the side chat?
No, right here.
Shelly Silva wants you to know in all caps, Karen Reed is not guilty. Get over it. I mean, I'll personally would prefer to wait to hear the actual evidence in the courtroom.
People, you have to be gentle with them, because it's not nice to pick on.
What did they tell us the other night? We were jealous of her.
Of what? Of Karen.
Of Karen. We're jealous of her because.
What? You want to be on trial for murder too?
Apparently, yes.
You think? Okay, hold on. You think Lisa is jealous of Karen Reed.
Karen Reed. Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Okay, here we go.
Apparently, I am. I mean,
You know how disrespectful that is.
Here we go.
Me and Pete Wentz. He looks
I'm
just
gonna
like
mute
you.
y'all.
We created your eternal reward together a long time ago. How we just took
Okay, are y'all still talking?
No,
Uh-uh.
listen to you.
Okay, I don't know what's
Back
going
up.
on. Too.
You're playing a video.
who is that?
I
Who is that, and why does she have?
Okay, so what?
I'm just wondering, why does she have like eyeliner? Like
She
it looks
identifies
like
Okay, I'm
as
gonna go ahead and play
Pat,
the rest
are
of
these
it, but
whispers?
y'all stop talking. Okay, so I'll tell you who she is. From right here.
Walter Mercado.
I'm gonna mute you.
Schizo personality.
Hold on. This is JLR when he got out of jail in 2012. Okay,
Uh huh.
and then that'll tell you who she is in a minute.
Jonathan Lee Riches. What's up? All right, I'm gonna read a medical file right here that I have. FMC Lex medical file. I just like to share the information with you. Axis 1, schizo personality.
And
Schizophrenia.
I've read his medical. Also, he put on the internet online, and it's not only that. He also has the social antisocial disorder.
Diagnosis common. Still has paranoid.
Look at the happy couple. She was cute.
She was very cute. His girlfriends are, but they're also nuts.
Destiny never comes to pick me up. I think wow, this is really, really, really fucked up.
I
So
don't
this
have a way
person
to-
tried taking advantage
Oh
of me.
God, that's some
Well,
Betty
he
Bond.
invited me to
This
his
is her,
room
the
and on
same
his
girl.
side of the bed.
And this is his mom's house,
This is what I find.
or their old house. Look,
Oh God. Oh. Oh, I remember
This
seeing that.
was not here the day that I came to this house. I posted something on Facebook not too long ago saying that I was worried that my abusers were going to do this to me until the day that it took my life. When I tell them that I'm not in a safe place, they are ignoring me. Nobody will come and help me. Nobody will do anything to help me. And I'm getting ready to leave now.
you know, at this time, she and Jonathan had been married about a month.
I don't think that mattress is in a safe place. Oh my God.
After seeing that, but I needed to document this.
Last night, I was really lonely for you.
Okay. And this woman, I just happened to find her in all my research, and they were emailing her asking.
I remember this.
Well, many people didn't get it. And I have 2 videos on them, but I think I took them both down because nobody got it. But his wife was emailing her saying, "Oh my God, I'm out on the street and I need money and I'm sick," and she bought it. And she's not exactly all together in her head either.
I thought, why, what's going on here? Why am I so lonely for now? It was like the emptiest feeling in the world. So I went on to Facebook. I got really pissed. I'm sorry you had to go through that. To me, completely ridiculous.
I'm going to fast forward, but anyway, she talks about men taking advantage of her, and she didn't like Jonathan. They got restraining orders, and she knew about it. Here she talks about it.
Get a restraining order against him.
Yeah.
But
So and this is where she idolized James Holmes. Everybody's seen the video of him with the James Holmes doll and cuddling pictures of is it James Holmes? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I used to say John Holmes, which is a whole different.
all you need to know is that she's wearing that shirt. I mean, that's
Right.
it. That's all.
Right. And so this is they were only together like 3 months. And I recently found out she had a baby in December of 2012, which would have been exactly right. And I'd heard rumors before, but I'm not going to say
So
anything.
that would be a JLR.
Yeah. And
JLR squared.
Both of them. Like, okay, so anyway.
James Egan Holmes is our hero.
Yeah, James was with me today when I got these.
And the reason I put up the prison thing is because she picked him up from prison that day.
Mm-hmm.
$3.99.
$3.99.
Yeah, $3.99. That.
Okay, now watch this.
I don't even want to know.
Jonathan Lee Riches.
He used that mugshot on his first made-up press pass. Like, so proud of, and he went back to prison for 3 years.
Wearing a visor inside when you're bald, and
that head, oh
having a mattress with no sheets, like that just skeezes me out so bad. Anybody who sleeps on a mattress without sheets, it's like.
And well, I'm not even gonna say. So,
yeah, Bonnie and Clyde.
So then we fast forward 11 years.
Now I know who that was.
That's right.
Why are you talking to me?
And she's been in and out of mental hospitals, in and out of jail.
Wow.
So that's cyanide and the creator of meth. I'm the creator of
Nobody knows exactly what she's talking about, dude.
You know how disrespectful that is?
Wait, me? I'm legitimately the
Me and P went to
And Angela, the guys, you'll see them in a minute, but they have something called the RV conversations or something like that.
me and P Wentz. He looks just like you. We
Okay,
created your eternal reward together a long time
Okay,
ago.
as long
How we just took your RV.
you took my RV.
Damn.
Back up.
I know.
That's
Should we leave?
Should I leave?
I
She's a creator of AK-47. Back up.
AK-47.
It's on me, dude.
She'll fucking murder you, dude. Trying
There
to
they are.
I want the eternal.
Oh God. Christ, the one on the right looks like some kind of a damn. What is he? A fucking like
They are using her.
Amish goth person? What the hell?
Her? She's crazy.
Oh, him, the one in the
Oh,
hat. It's like, I mean, it's like fucking Wayne's World meets.
They're trash. And
Oh,
they're
God.
using her for content. And they're like buying her cigarettes and buying her beer. And I want to know who the fuck they are. Because,
I mean, is he a dude? Is that a dude on the left? The one who's got like some kind of fucking shag bob with bangs? If you're a dude with bangs, no, that is not Crimes and Fashion approved. Bangs. Oh my God. Bangs on a guy. Nope.
No, you don't need to be around those people anymore. We'll save you.
Anonymous sent $3 in Litecoin lady in red sweater. What mental illnesses do you have? I bet you have schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. I hope you never reproduce. The government should forcefully remove all of your eggs.
What's your end game? Yeah.
That goes for all three of those people.
Yeah, well, that shouldn't ever mentioned. I feel so bad.
Okay, that's German.
And this guy. Oh my God, I found out who he is.
Oh God.
He is so gross.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
he
can't
needs
remember.
a shower. I can tell.
Anyway, I wrote it down and I can't remember what his name is, but he is almost Tyrex.
Okay.
If he was fat.
If he were, yeah.
If he was fat and had hair. Oh no, he's
Look at
got a
him.
very unfortunate hairline himself,
Oh
doesn't
my
he?
God, I want to slap him.
Oh.
Go down like this.
Yeah, so part of JLR's thing, to me, in my opinion, is he finds these people that will do crazy shit. So when I always say, yeah, JLR is not going to kill anybody, he'll get somebody else to do it and then he'll video it, you know? And I believe that. I believe he would do just about anything. But yeah, that girl, oh my God, I felt so bad for her. she's so mentally ill, and then you mix it with
Oh,
drugs.
yeah, that's not sad. But at some point, it's like,
But you can't do it. But she doesn't need to be with those fucking
yeah,
animals.
no, I don't think anybody needs to be with them. But
Oh, fucking man. I would just like to know who they are. And because I think they all got their channels taken. There's a guy named AK-47 that goes in Morbid, but it's not him. It's not.
I know the name, but I don't think I've ever. I think. Wait a minute. There's a few. Isn't there a channel? I might have the name wrong. Do you remember back in the
So Angelo, you didn't know anything?
the two little boys from California? The parents were just convicted. The adoptive parents were just convicted.
Oh, you're asking me about her name? I know it's right on the.
There was somebody who used to go around the country on searches, and they had a very similar name. I don't know if
I know what it is. No, not the West Boy. It just happened.
Yeah, that was the case.
Oh, I thought we're talking about.
But I know there was somebody that searched for them quite a bit, and I don't think
the police have to have so much information. People get impatient, like Betty and all of them, that, oh my God, it's been 2 months. It's been 3. What did it take? 2 years before they arrested them?
Yeah.
They have to have a solid.
People have no idea how the. That's what is so comical about so many of these people who act like they understand one thing about the criminal justice system. I mean, probable cause has to exist. There has to be evidence to believe someone committed a crime, and that the judge is going to buy it as well.
Well, and with murder, you get one shot.
Yep.
That's it. One shot. So.
Yes, ma'am. Well, with any criminal, I mean.
Do what?
With any criminal trial. I mean, if you're taken to trial and you're found not guilty, 5 minutes later, you can go stand out on the front steps and tell the whole world, I did it.
Yeah.
It's done. I mean, you don't get a second bite at the apple. One and done.
Yeah. That, like to Quentin Simon. Well, can't you just arrest them? I mean, she doesn't even understand circumstances.
Being the great constitutionalist that she is, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Most cases are tried with circumstantial evidence. I mean, most of them, you're not going to have a video of the murder.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, circumstantial evidence is just as good as direct. Sometimes it's better. But
all they have in Karen Reed, unless they are going to come up with the video we don't know about.
And in a perfect world, back to her, Karen Reed. In a perfect world, of course, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. But we are in the real world, and that is not how human beings work. People judge you on this. And when you've got she's got a very hard look to her. She's got sharp features. She's got like a diamond shaped face.
Are you talking about Karen?
Yes.
Okay.
And even if she's not.
If she had any other hair, she would not be.
I
think that really helps her to soften.
Yes. Yeah. And she's got a great figure, but they need to work on the resting bitch face. And I don't care what anybody says. This is the real world. We all make wrong assumptions at times about people based on the way they look and things they do or do not say. And just because there's 12 people sitting in a box that have raised their right hand and said, yes, I I will give this person the presumption of innocence. Blah blah blah.
They will judge you.
You're still. She's Mr. Crimes and Fashions home from work.
That's why I think she might take the stand. I think it might.
God.
If it goes against
I
her,
hope she does, but
yeah, she's got that kind of
be a disaster.
Ted Bundy personality. I'll tell you something.
It'll be an unmitigated disaster. I do not find
Oh, it would be
her.
great.
She's not likable. Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, she is to like 20 people that really.
People
I
that
think
she.
A lot of them are paid.
I don't get it. It's to me. It is a very sad commentary. I don't have a problem with a group of people who believe in her and who want to support her.
I think they support her.
I don't have a problem with that. However, what I have a problem with is treating her like she's a fucking celebrity. She is not. She is on trial for murder.
Yeah, they're idiots. But even worse, her attorney encourages her to act like a celebrity.
Well, that's not a wise move. It's just not. I don't have to be a lawyer to know that.
There's so much reasonable doubt that to just get this jury, the numbers are amazing. How many knew about the case? Like overwhelming.
How many men? Because if I was helping them pick a jury, I would have wanted them to stack it with as many males as possible.
Why? Males love her.
That's why I would want.
You're talking about on the defense
stack
side.
It with as many men as possible. Females, I'm telling you, I don't think there's probably a whole bunch of women that find her. I just think she's off-putting. She looks like. I'm some of it she cannot help. She can't help.
She doesn't have.
She's got sharp features.
Yeah, a soft face.
But when you sit constantly with your nose higher than your fucking shoulders up, it's well, I mean, I guess geographically your nose is higher than your shoulders. But when you're sitting in a chair, she just has she looks hostile. She looks very conceited. I mean, I'm waiting for her to start signing autographs. And I
thought she did the other day.
She probably I wouldn't be surprised.
She turned around and it looked like that's what she was doing, and that would be really bad.
And I don't give a shit what happens to her. She's nobody to me. I don't,
Well, she dated him like a year and 9 months. Okay, the sister-in-law, she wasn't married to him, but the woman that was married to his brother was talking about how great she was and she spoiled the children and all of this, which I'm sure Karen told her. It wasn't something that she witnessed. In my experience, and I've dealt with a lot of people just because of my career, I dealt with tons of people. And one personally that fooled me for almost 2 years. And it seems like that's when you start seeing their true self. Like they'll do something. I was shocked at how wonderful this person was to my face and just the shit being done, like crazy shit behind my back.
And she may be a very warm, kind person. But
she might be, but
she doesn't
my
come
point
across
is,
that way, is what I'm
my
saying.
My point is the only witnesses, if that's going to be their witnesses, that's a year and 9 months. That's not enough time. Like, what about a high school friend? Does she have any other friends besides? I would bet you she probably doesn't. And that's why. Because people figure it out.
I think
but I'm not saying
when you haven't even... Well, I don't have any reference of her. Truly, I've never heard the woman speak. I know she has done interviews and whatnot. I'm just saying I have not seen them. And what comes across to me, and I can assure you, it's not.
You haven't heard her
jealous. I find her to be very cold looking. I just don't think. And listen, I'm a woman. I know women. We all know.
Yes, we
as
know.
women, we know women. And I promise you, women do not care for her. She's kind of like Amber Heard to me. She's got that same, and look how well it worked out for Amby Pamby. If I was, there's several things that I would do differently. Not that anybody gives a fuck what I have to say, but I would dress her differently. I think she's always dressed appropriately for court that I've seen.
Oh yeah.
She's got a great figure, but to me, that's not what they need to be playing up. I would be putting her in A-line dresses, in lighter colors. I would.
Okay, wait 1 second.
I do.
So Angelo stepped away when I was playing the video I wanted you to see, Angelo.
Show him, and I need to go talk to Mr. Crimes and Fashion about dinner for a moment. So I'm going to mute, and I'll be right back.
Well, what I'm going to do is send it to him. Angelo, you can unmute. Are you still here? Hey, Granny's watching. Well, I can imagine being in her shoes either, but nobody would know all the shit about her if she hadn't been giving it to Turtle Boy to put out in the public. She made her bed. And I don't know if there aren't a lot of, and I'm not saying she made her bed because I know she's guilty, but I know damn well the people in that house did not beat him up and put him in the yard. I know, I would bet my dog that did not happen. So, but that's what she wanted people to think. You would have to be an idiot to think that's true. Sorry. So she brought on her own. Was I way behind the sun? Hey, Beacon. Yes. I think she is. I mean, you're sitting there giving him names of people to go after and accusing. I don't even know how she is comfortable sitting there by the mother. I don't know. But I was going to play this when she gets back. We had like 5 other things we needed to do. You think she would have anything to do with him? No, She doesn't even look at him. I can't at all. I would think the glare, which I don't think either, before I would think Turtle Boy. She just used him, which is fine, but he'll probably end up going to prison because of it. No, she wouldn't be into tea. She would be into Alan Jackson. She's into cops. But although I don't think Higgins was all that great looking either. The guy she kissed in she kissed a friend of her boyfriend in the garage on the way. She said, I'll walk you out of a Super Bowl party. And when they got into the garage, she kissed him and said, don't worry, I know where all the cameras are. Because she's not a sneaky person. Tom CPU. Massel did a parody song about Tom CPU. Pretty funny. I was actually going to play it. I have like lots of things to play. They did one on Melanie Little too. I'll do that one real quick. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Over here. Yeah. Okay, I might have to explain this. And to you and to other people, do you know who Melanie Little is?
Mm-hmm.
You do know her?
Yep. I don't listen to her, but I've
Okay,
heard
so
several clips of late.
She's an attorney that they made a song about, but I'm going to show you. Okay, wait a second. Okay, first I want to show you Karen.
I didn't realize, my God, it's already after 6 o'clock.
Well, we didn't even get to all the
No.
lined up. Okay, here we go.
To harm her boyfriend.
I would call him the patron saint of Canton. He was just very selfless, frugal, and I think you'd be hard pressed to find anyone that didn't care for John.
The couple first dated in their 20s and reconnected more than a decade later in the middle of the pandemic.
So how did you meet up again?
He had reached out to me on Facebook and he said, "Hey, blast from the past, how's things?" And when I saw his picture, his profile picture was with several young children, and then it triggered my memory that his sister and his sister's husband.
You see that edit?
No.
Yeah, there was an edit right there.
No,
That's what the court wants.
I'm glad you're showing me this because I definitely now am seeing another side of her, which is a good thing. And I didn't realize how tragic, my God, that poor family and those children losing their.
I know. They lost their mom
their
and dad. Yeah.
Then my God, those poor parents losing their daughter, their daughter-in-law, now another son. It's just, oh my God. But for his children or his niece and nephew, what a horrific, sad, it's just awful.
Husband had passed away, and he told me, "Yeah, I have the kids now." I admired.
Oh my God!
That.
Stop that for a minute.
I thought that was.
You know what's really interesting? This was definitely much more orchestrated because you notice her posture sitting in that chair, like she's slumped. Oh God, that's look at that.
And the girly dress she had.
Yeah. I don't know why they're not doing this for court. And how long ago was
will. This? They're probably going to do parts of it.
How long ago was this interview?
Right. It was like September of 2023, I think.
I'm shocked that was she already?
I know. She did several.
Wow. That's shocking.
And
she had counsel on board.
Yeah. Jackson was her. Do you think he cares, though? I mean, he's getting a lot of publicity from this.
Oh, my God. Fizz Crank, if that is not a blast from the past.
What?
Fizz Crank. I'm just looking at the chat. Oh, my gosh. I hope you're well. Long time no see. Yeah.
Okay. You're saying the name. Okay.
Yeah, in the chat.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
Amazing.
Soon, Reed says she became part of the family, often sleeping over at O'Keefe's house and helping take care of.
He is holding up that picture of her to kiss. Oh my God.
The kids.
He would go to work and I would stay with his niece and nephew. All of the breaks that the kids had, we did something.
But their relationship also.
And a year of their year and 9 months, maybe a little over, was spent during COVID. So yeah, everybody stayed.
I will say this, just the little bit I've heard in court in the testimony so far, it seems like she was good to the kids.
That's what I just explained.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Again, COVID kept everybody inside, but there comes a point with people that are a certain type of nuts that you'll notice they don't have a lot of friends currently, or even friends from 10 years ago, or they have like this 2-year shelf life. And for those people, they didn't know her that long to say, oh yeah, she's great. Well, I don't see my brother-in-law, that often. I think he's great. So I'm just wondering why they didn't have people that would have been on the block.
Interesting. It's also notable to me that she's sitting in that chair and her legs aren't even crossed. Which
did she have them crossed at the bottom? I thought. No.
Well, she might have them crossed at the ankle, but that to me, that's just odd. You see her, you know, strolling into court like she's walking a catwalk.
Oh, I know.
But here she's sitting in front of
with her little dress.
She's got her little house on the prairie, Holly Hobby print dress on. I mean, it's just the first thing I noticed. Her posture is so notable. How she's slumped and not. I don't know. To me, it just I cross my damn legs when I drive.
I cross mine all the time.
Like it's just I don't know. It's just interesting to me. I'm not.
She has
not saying it's good or bad. It's just notable to me because seeing her like this is. I've only seen her going into court. So
right, that's why
completely different. Added struggles. Reeve says O'Keefe had been relying more on her to take care of the kids, and that he criticized some of the decisions she made with them.
She looks very pretty.
We had an argument on New Year's Eve. We were away on vacation, and he became incoherently drunk. And I ended up ringing in the new year with his niece and nephew. John didn't come back to our room till after 3 a.m. So that was rough. I felt very much taken advantage of. He apologized profusely for what happened on New Year's Eve. And he said, if you can't get over it, then you need to spend some time at yours. I can't keep apologizing. I don't want to keep rehashing this.
A few weeks later, they were.
So that happened like a month before he was killed. Her New Year's Eve.
And I don't think if everything she said right there is the exact gospel and the way it went down, I don't see anything unreasonable about what she says he said to her.
Well, what does it have to do with anything?
Well, I mean, I think she's trying to.
Right. Okay. So after that happened, I'll tell you another one of her sob stories. After that happened, then she was walking his friend. They were having a Super Bowl thing. She says, I'll walk you out. They go through the garage where she kisses him and tells him, don't worry, I know where all the cameras are.
Oh, okay. Okay. I've heard that about her knowing where the cameras are. Now I know what that was referencing.
Yeah, and then they had
God, B. Tim says, confirm that Karen Reed's mom watches Turtle Boy show. Let me tell you something. The day my mom would watch some asshat like that filthy, yeah.
It was Karen Reed's mother that suggested the dog bit him. B. Tim remembers that because
I mean, as a mother, I can understand wanting to come up with anything to save your child. So I won't.
I'm just saying,
I have more of an issue with her
judging his mother.
Watching fucking Turtle Boy. That tells me a lot more than the dog story about the mom.
What?
Tells me a lot more about the mother that she admittedly voluntarily watches that disgusting bag of shit.
And knowing it's all, I don't know. I mean, I'm not the mother of somebody accused of murder. I do know.
Anyway. Some friends at the Waterfall Bar in Canton, and there they ran into Brian Albert, a fellow Boston police officer who.
Yeah, that's the man that lived in the house.
O'Keefe looked up to. Albert had led the city's gang unit before commanding the Fugitive Apprehension Team. It was the elite squad responsible for taking down some of the city's most dangerous criminals and featured in the 2013 TNT show, Boston's Finest.
1 minute we're walking around, everything's fine, and then 1 minute it's not fine.
Both times I met Brian Albert, he seemed like the type of person that you'd be surprised he's out socially because he doesn't seem like he ever wants to be there.
But at the bar, Reed.
What a shitty thing to say. She doesn't know him at all. She met him once.
Says there was an invitation to continue hanging out at Albert's home.
I said, can we make sure we're welcome here? Nobody extended the invite to me. I didn't hear the invite extended to you.
They drive to the Albert's house. What happens next is disputed.
So I pull at the foot of the driveway. It's snowing. John has no coat on. It's windy. So I drop him off. He goes up the driveway and approaches the side door. And as I see him approach the door, I look down at my phone.
Reed says after about 10 minutes of waiting in her car, she became irritated that O'Keefe still hadn't gotten in touch with her, and she drove back to his home where she continued calling him before, she says, she fell asleep around 1:30 in the morning. She then says she woke up before 5 a.m. He still wasn't home. She then started canvassing the neighborhood.
Just going to drive around in the 2 square miles that we spent the preceding night.
After 20 minutes of
You know what she didn't do? She didn't go knock on their door. She didn't go knock on their door and go, I'm worried about John.
Successful searching, she called John's friend, Carrie Roberts, and Jennifer McCabe, Brian Albert's sister-in-law, who was also at his house the night before. The 3 women together now headed to Albert's home.
Okay, I was going to show y'all where his body.
How soon was it when you pulled in there that you saw John's body?
Immediately.
Legs across.
And what struck me when I saw him was his mouth was open a little bit and his eyes were shut, and he had spots of blood in different areas on his face.
O'Keefe was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead. He died from blunt force trauma and hypothermia. And it wasn't long before Reed became the #1 suspect. Authorities say they had noticed a cracked taillight after they seized her car.
I had told both Jen and Carrie that I cracked my taillight. I said I just hit my car on top of everything, but I didn't look at the damage. And both went.
So they had a Ring camera at their house. And
oh, I have seen that footage.
Have you seen it? Okay, so that's what she tried to play off.
Very convenient.
Yeah.
And said, it's cracked. It's cracked. Calm down. You cracked your taillight. You're okay. Let's go look for John.
But according to police statements, Jennifer McCabe told authorities that while they were looking for O'Keefe, Reed stated, "Could I have hit him? Did I hit him?" And when O'Keefe's body was discovered, first responders who arrived on the scene say they overheard Reed make other statements.
Firefighter said that you said, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him.
I said, I hit him. It was preceded by a did and proceeded by a question mark. What I thought could have happened was that did I incapacitate him
was
unwittingly
very specific,
somehow, and then in his drunkenness
Wait,
passed
hold on.
out.
I'm sorry.
That was also notable to me what she just said. Not even so much for the words, but it's a very who the fuck speaks like that? I mean,
absolutely. I was
especially in that type of a. It was preceded by a.
Oh yeah.
Now, I mean, most people would just say, "No, that's not the way I said it. I said."
But apparently, she said it many times in the same.
It would just. I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Question mark. What I thought could have happened was
look,
that
he
did
does
I
too.
incapacitate
His face.
Oh, Matt Gutman, he is.
Him unwittingly.
Matt Gutman is always up for one of these type things.
Well, you can tell that he thought it was odd too.
Huh? You can tell what?
You can tell that he thought it was odd as well, the way she.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Look at his face. I'm sure he thought it was odd.
And then in his drunkenness, passed out.
When you walked out of the bar, how many drinks had you had?
I had probably about 4.
The Commonwealth
Double that,
says that you
right?
had 9 drinks that night.
Yeah.
That's what the prosecution says.
I don't believe they're saying I wasn't in my right mind.
No, they're saying you were
not what he
intoxicated.
said,
Is
ma'am.
it possible
Let's see.
that you
I don't-
might have
that-
hit
she's
him
playing word
unwittingly?
games.
Hold on. Let me stop it. Go ahead.
Well, she's playing word games. She said, I think I had about 4. Well, it's very easy to pull up the fucking receipt and they know exactly how many drinks she had or close
Yeah,
to
they
it.
have video of her.
And instead, when he says, they said 8 or 9 or whatever. Is that what he said? 8 or 9 or 9?
There were 9, yeah.
And she said, well, if they're trying to say I wasn't in my right mind, well, I mean, to me, if you're disputing that, the answer is no, I did not have 9 drinks. So she's admitting it without admitting it. And see, this is the kind of, that turns me off because she's playing word games is what she's doing. And it's kind of like, I've known people that do this because they think they're so much smarter than the person they're talking to. And that doesn't endear.
That's how Jackson is.
It doesn't endear people to others.
You have to, it's like work to get through a paragraph because you have to try to figure out.
It's because because it's not how normal people fucking talk when they're telling the truth and just being normal.
In your admittedly very large SUV.
No, not possible.
3 days
Okay,
after.
Listen, where she said,
The Commonwealth says that you had 9 drinks that night.
Awesome.
That's what the prosecution says.
I don't believe they're saying I wasn't in my right mind.
Well, they were saying you were intoxicated.
Translation,
Is it
yeah, I did.
possible that you might have hit him unwittingly in your admittedly very large SUV?
No, not possible.
3 days after O'Keefe was found dead,
Okay, well,
investigators
in one place
arrested
it says
Reed for
possible.
reported they
Why
found
is it not
fragments
possible?
of broken glass.
Well, she said it 2 ways. One, she said, well, it's possible. Then she said it's not.
Well, I
From the
mean,
rear-
to me, what I would have said if I wasn't trying to fucking play a word game because I'm so much smarter than you, the answer is, hell no, I didn't hit him. Of course I would have known if I hit him.
Well, it's like when she
Not
when she
possible.
went to jail for when they picked her up the second time for the indictment for murder, while she's just picked up in the Sally Port or whatever it is, she's telling them, and they have it on tape. She's like, "Well, does my bill still count from before?"
Oh, I did hear that. Yeah. Well,
And
all I can
you
say
know,
is if she testifies, it'll be a
I hope she
fucking
does.
unmitigated disaster.
Yeah, it
she
will.
definitely thinks she's the smartest one.
Yep.
In this conversation, for sure. I don't agree. I can see most people, I
Bumper
think,
on
can see through this.
Reed's vehicle, and that a broken cocktail glass was found by what appear
Yeah,
to
I
be
just
patches
wanted you
of
to
blood.
see how she.
And when I say
And they say
see through it, I'm not talking about whether or not it's factually true what she's saying, because it could be. It could 100% be. I'm talking about she is not answering these questions in to me, a very forthright manner. She's playing fucking word games because
Yeah.
she doesn't want to say, well, yeah, I had 9 drinks.
But she's
and-
too dumb, even, and she's not a good actress at all.
No,
And
not from what I've
even
seen.
when except for, have you seen the video of her running back and forth screaming when the cop pulled up?
No,
Yeah.
I've
They
never.
said she
This is
didn't
the first
stop.
I've ever heard the woman speak. I
Okay.
have. When I say I haven't watched any of this, I have not watched any of this until the last.
This is in the trial, though. You didn't see the part where. Did you watch the first day or?
I didn't. Yes, but I didn't. I didn't
It's in
see
the second.
all of it, and I didn't see anything from yesterday either.
Okay, well, watch the end of day 1.
Okay.
And you'll see her screaming and running back and forth.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would like to see that. And I don't want anybody to, please, I don't know enough about this to have any kind, I don't know the facts. I am not sitting in this chair saying, oh yeah, she's guilty, because I don't believe. All I'm saying is I find the way she is answering these questions, I find her demeanor. There's just a lot of things I see that are notable, and I don't know what they mean.
Yeah, you
but
see what people that have any kind of intuition whatsoever. I mean, I personally can't understand how you would think anything else happened. Like now, I will say, and I've always said, would the cops plant something just to make sure? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want her to get off like
that. I mean, I've heard from many people, a lot of whom
that
live
could be
there.
possible. But all I'm saying is those people didn't kill her. He did. I mean, Karen killed him. But I'm saying just like the OJ thing. I'm just going to make sure by planting a glove or whatever, because you think she might get off and it was a cop she killed. Not
Yeah,
excusing.
I mean, I
I
don't.
can see that. I
For
don't
me,
deny
she
that.
truly is
But I
innocent in
think
my
she
mind
is.
because I don't know enough. I'd be an idiot to say, "Oh yeah,
No,
I
no,
don't
you
like the
don't.
way she looks. She's guilty."
No,
But
yeah, I'm not. She hit him. I mean, if you, maybe not. I'm not,
you
and I
know
don't even
much
think
more
murder
about
would be
this than I
right,
do.
except when on that video she says, and I drove around where we had been. Well, she went by that house, and I think they know this by her GPS, and that's what got her murdered because it was
Yeah,
manslaughter at first.
Yeah, they
And
didn't. I mean, for people to act as if there's just, they have nothing. This is all, there's no there. I mean, come on.
yeah, I never
They
said
had to,
that.
they had to get
I never
warrants,
said
and it's a pretty
there,
high bar to
there's
get
not a possibility of a cover up, but don't mistake cover up with a conspiracy that would involve 100
Oh,
people.
yeah. That I do think is absurd.
Yeah,
There,
that's
there
all I'm
would
saying.
be so
And I
many
know she did it.
people, agencies. I by nature, I am just not someone who, even when I probably should, I'm not a conspiracy person. To me, Occam's razor is
Well, a
typically,
conspiracy that big, and she was there. I mean, for them to even, okay, so they got so lucky. First of all, they threw the man still alive in the front yard with his phone. Okay. Maybe he'll call 911. I mean, you wouldn't think of that. She was mad. They'd been having a fight. And just because she kept calling him back doesn't mean anything. That happens all the time with people will kill somebody and then call them. No, I was trying to get a hold of her.
well,
So
a lot of alcohol is never a good,
no. And it could have been a horrible accident. He got out. She was backing up to go back and go, I'm sorry, or fuck you, or whatever. I get all that.
You don't think she intentionally did it, right? Do you think it's an accident?
No.
Or you're not sure?
No, I don't think she wanted to kill him. I don't think she backed up and thought, it wouldn't matter. You hit him, you were drunk, and
if she had 9 drinks, you know what's interesting? I've not once heard anybody say anything about why the fuck are you driving, ma'am?
Oh yeah, everybody
had
has
9
said
drinks.
Way in the past.
I don't care if she's a professional drinker. That's a lot of drinks in. I mean, anything. If she truly had that much, and they would know, I'm assuming by the bar footage, the receipt out of the register. Did they take her blood alcohol? Well, I'm sure a lot of it would have been gone by then, but
they did, and they did it a few hours later, but they calculated it. It was still over the limit.
Okay, so that's not going to be a
never
dispute,
come in,
right?
only because she went home. She could have drank more before they took the blood test. I just don't think it'll. They have the receipt that she drank 9 drinks before heading out. So, I mean.
Oh yeah, no, I just don't think the blood that's a lot. That's a lot to drink, and I know she's tall.
I would never make it past 3.
I don't know how she drove anywhere. I mean, that's a lot.
She also has MS, a brain tumor, and Crohn's disease.
I remember you said that. Well, I hope that's not the case.
Me too, but horrible. I don't think 9 drinks is good for any of those.
No, 9 drinks. Listen, I know dudes who are probably could drink 9 drinks and drive, but that's a lot of damn drinks.
It could, curious, but when they see her being handed the drink, they have timestamps, they have everything, and she had 9 of them. That isn't going to be hard to.
Hey, are you going to be on for a little while? I didn't realize.
Probably, and I have Melanie Little lined up. I'll do it with everybody.
Oh, you do? Okay, well, I'm going to, we're going to have fish for dinner.
That's cool.
and it's he's out there getting ready to put it on the flat top. We're having blackened mahi sandwiches for dinner tonight.
Oh my God, I
know, I love it. So good.
Mm.
But if you're still,
well, I want to go over the Karen stuff. I'm going to be on the. You're going to come up on the
Honey.
trial.
What?
You want to come up? You can come up sometime during the trial,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Let's see. I think I'm around. Let me just check my phone real quick because there was a possibility that I was going to have something going on tomorrow. I think I'm around. Are they live tomorrow?
Yeah, just anytime. I'm there for like.
Okay, because what time do you start? When they do?
Well, it's
or close to that. Okay, I'm gonna do some things tonight so I don't have to do them tomorrow. And yeah, I would definitely come and hang out and
all right.
shoot the shit about it. But if you're still here when I'm done with dinner, I'll come
Well,
back.
or you can watch it back.
But I am going to read that article from that Boston magazine. You think that would be helpful?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting more of a handle on who's who, but this is the first I've heard her speak. So that tells you how I really am coming at it from a point of, I don't know, I don't have preconceived notions about her. I'm just, the comments I've made about, resting bitch face and the wardrobe and all that. I mean, that's just my thoughts on it. And we've watched these things for long enough to know that she reminds me a lot of Amber Heard. She does. Not the way she looks, but just the
yeah,
kind of
I didn't watch a lot of that.
You did?
I just clipped some of it, but yeah.
I was glued to that because I was hate watching it because I hated fucking Amber Heard. And this, yeah, it is very interesting though to see what I see as a stark contrast between, the celebrity Karen Reed, the celebrity murder defendant versus, her sitting in that chair slumped and
and plus the defense, they're desperate for reasonable doubt. They're not trying to. I don't even hear them say. Well, I guess maybe Turtle Boy.
Do you know the makeup of the jury? How many males to females?
I don't. Tim might or somebody else might.
I would.
Queen's having to have her dog put to sleep tonight. Her little Chihuahua. She said it got really sick.
Have one put down?
I thought she did.
She did. Oh my God.
Yeah, I thought she did another one, and she just told me her Chihuahua. Maybe I wasn't supposed to say that.
Oh my! Do you know that happened? I had a family member that lost 2 dogs in the span of like a couple weeks. It was horrible.
Yeah, my sister lost 3 in like 3 months.
Oh,
it was terrible, and it was just weird. Yeah, 3. One was old.
I hate that.
One she hit in the head with the door. And this was a I forget what they're called. Anyway, pretty dog. Just hit his. The vet said it hit him just right, and he laid down. Then the other one. What happened to the third one? That one.
Oh,
I remember. I think the other one. They were so big. They were the red and white dogs, Shelties.
Oh.
And it was really huge. Anyway, so. Yeah, I can't even. It's like your kid.
I'll send her a text. I hope that's not the case and it's not another one, but horrible. All right, my friend. I may see you in a little while. But if not, I'll definitely jump on tomorrow at some point. Just text me when you get going tomorrow. So I don't.
Okay. I don't know if it'll be 8. Do they
start? Oh, yeah. It will not be 8 for me. I can definitively say it will not be 8 o'clock for me.
Yeah. No, it goes from, I don't really know. I wasn't.
Yeah, it'll be. Well, maybe if I come closer to like when they take their lunch break, which I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's fine. Anytime.
12, and then we could
Yeah.
Here's what I'll do. I will try and even as I'm doing my little housework in the morning, I'll listen to it. And then by the time I come on and they
know,
get
that's
the lunch
terrible.
break, maybe we'll be on the same page. And we can talk about what happened in the morning.
I hope she doesn't get mad at me for telling that. I just thought about that. I'm sorry, Queen. See, I've heard her say that, and I was thinking that she said it was
that may not be the case. Well, I hope not. I hope it's.
No,
I hope no, it is for sure.
Yeah, but I'm not saying. I don't know if it's. She talked about another one. I don't know that she was going to have to do that, but she did say she got sick, and that's terrible. And they want so much money to do anything, you know.
Horrible. All right. Well, I'll either see you later or I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, honey. See you later.
Bye, everybody.
You can get out, right?
Yes, I can. My keyboard is dead, but my mouse is working.
Oh. And I guess Angelo is just gonna.
Later, Gata.
Bye. I'm not leaving here yet. Because we had a bunch of. At least I don't look like I'm alone. Let me go over so I can see chat. But yeah, I don't. I hope I didn't talk out of turn on that. Let me tell her I said it. Oh, I can't. I'm telling her, I told y'all. Okay. And I type really slow. It's really one sentence. There you go. So, did anyone hear? Oh, really? See, I thought I'd heard that, but oh my God. What's wrong with Hondo? Oh, that's awful. Enjoy what? I'm glad you enjoy something. Patty is just boring. What? What? Patty doesn't. Okay. Hondo, don't start with. Was that serious or what? Okay, anyway. Please don't do that. Are y'all gonna really fight in my chat? Hondo? Okay. I love you both, so don't do it. Maybe would stop. Someone. Yeah, I'm very confused because. Yeah, well, and Crohn's disease. You know, that's a terrible disease. No, you are okay. Good. I shouldn't, because you're a smart ass perk. I shouldn't read your messages. And you know I love you. They're not fighting. Okay. Okay, so let me go over here. Here's the song that was written for. Y'all probably heard it. I'm going to only play a bit. Can someone put, hold on. And I'll put it in there.
She's live streaming at night. Her feelings are hurt. She'll put up a fight to spread insane disinformation. She uses really obvious beauty filters to hide that she's really an 800-year-old vampiric creature. She sustains herself on adrenochrome, harvested from impoverished orphan children. You know she's going to sue you.
Okay, I can't play all of it, but anyway, go to Masshole Reports. It's really cute. Did anybody find that? It's harder for me to do the link. Let me see. I can just get it from here. Oh, there. Okay. There you go. Okay, so I also had, what was that? Okay, you don't need that one. I had it all lined up, the fashion show, and okay, here we go. I just thought this was gross. Did y'all see what she did right there? Hold on, right there. Indeed. Okay, I did it. She mixed up cause and manner. Here, one more time. And I would say mistake, but she did it like twice. Hold on. I don't. I should know. You can't see it? And it says shared. This is like getting old. Really, really old. Try to get it. Share. Okay. Can you see it now? Why are you hurt? Okay, I'll just keep going. Right, but you can't see it now either. For the sake of my phone. Okay, good. Here we go. I'm going to start it over.
Socrates once said.
So all y'all heard was me commenting on. All right.
When the debate is lost, slander becomes the tool of the losers. So for those of you out there who are expressing your opinions and being personally attacked because of it, when the debate is lost.
Right.
How can you charge a person with murder when the cause of death is not homicide in the autopsy report? Great question. It was never even amended to amend it to homicide. Death certificate, they are homicide, suicide, accidental, natural, and undetermined. In this case, the medical examiner, undetermined on the death certificate. And it's going to be fodder for cross-examination. So, doctor, you couldn't even determine his cause of death. Isn't that right? Well, yeah, no, I couldn't. So you can't even tell us.
You see what I mean?
How he died, can you? Well, no, I didn't. So you didn't even say in your autopsy report that Officer O'Keefe's injuries were consistent with being hit by a car, did you? Well, no, I didn't. But you did say in your autopsy report that it did not seem that he had been in a fight. Isn't that true? Well, yeah, I wrote that. Well, why did you put that in there, doctor? Why would you put how he didn't die instead of saying how you think he did die? Like, the whole thing is going to be fantastic cross-examination. And we also learned the medical examiner can 100% be cross-examined on the fact that she wrote undetermined in the autopsy. The whole thing is going to be fantastic cross-examination. And we also learned to actually log the clothing into evidence for weeks. Weeks.
See, I don't know how I feel about that because I don't think, hey, what are you saying, Hondo? I'm chill. Right. I do love you. Let's see. Yep. Well, Angelo, you can't keep anything secret with him. So, all right, the chocolate kitchen. Let's see. What did you say?
Log the clothing into evidence for weeks.
Oh yeah. That Proctor carried clothes around with him for 2 weeks. I don't think I believe that. I think there's another explanation.
Weeks. I can't wait until he testifies about where he kept that clothing. Was it in the backseat of his patrol car? Was it in his trunk? How did he get microscopic pieces of taillight in the clothing that wasn't turned in for weeks? This is going to be, for us,
for purposes of clarity and for not to seem like I am cheating, when she talked about cause and manner, she said cause, and then right at the end of that little bit, she read from chat that they said it's manner, and then she said manner, and then she goes on to say cause 2 more times. So just in case, somebody wants to do a video about me being dishonest, you can go back and watch it.
CTV for Karen Reed. It's been a hell that she's been living on Earth.
Yeah, she keeps saying undetermined cause of death. Yeah.
Earth for the past 2.5 years. So, I'm just like, I think it's normal to exclude things as part of an autopsy.
I mean, I'm not saying everybody knows that. She would, as an attorney speaking on this case.
Yeah. Yes, Kimber is a disgusting human being. I think is putting it mildly.
You are Hondo the best.
Yeah, right. I mean, his injuries were not. His injuries are not consistent with a skydiving accident. But when we find out who was in the room standing over him, while he may have been looking for nudes on Karen's phone or texting his high school buddies that he hopes she kills herself, calling her the C word, and God even.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out where that came from. That he was looking for nudes and saying she should kill herself. I don't know where that came from. It's a text put out by, I don't know who would put it. It was Proctor's texting with a friend. Oh, from his phone, I think. Proctor's phone, because they did get it.
Okay. Even knows what else. This is going to become. I said OJ could not have died at a better time for the Karen Reed case. I dealt with all that BS all weekend from those disgusting people and those people. This woman who calls herself a grieving mom. Well, guess what? My PI is way better than yours, honey. Call yourself a grieving mom. You didn't lose a child. You had your children taken away. I guess that's why you're a grieving mom. So keep it up. Keep it up. Oh, Kurt, you know what, Kurt? I may need you actually.
I was going to show all that to. I don't think I have it. Oh, Molly. I'm going to do that in a clip. Anyway, I was going to show that to Miss Lisa. Angelo, what are you doing, honey? Okay. What happened, Katie? Am I way behind again? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I need to go eat too. There were 2 of these today. I'm going to edit the other one and then put it back up because it was good. I'm reading chat. Hondo, I'll ask you. Okay, y'all, I got to go. Thank y'all for coming. Thank you for being here through that fiasco. And we'll talk later.
Just like the sunrise needs the sky, just like the blackbird needs to fly. I gotta have you by my side, 'cause you make me feel alright. I know some people who play it cool, but baby, I ain't that kind of fool. When I'm with you, girl, there ain't no rules, 'cause you make me feel alright. I thank my lucky stars that life turned out this way. No matter where we are, I know this love is here to stay. Well, I've seen good times and I've seen bad. There've been some happy, there've been some sad, but you're the best thing I ever had, 'cause you make me feel alright.
Good night.